Book me, daddy ass.
Welcome to Book It. I'm your commissioner, Lil X Fudge, and I am here today with your GMs, Damone D Money Allen.
Hello.
The bad guy, Kenny.
Tony, I want you to book me, you Mark. Book me.
Damn, I thought you were about to start talking to Tony Storm for a second. I was like, oh, hell, we're getting taken off.
I was just saying, chin up. What do you say? Tits out and watch for the shoe.
Hey, clip that. We're using that for our pre-intro next week.
Tony Khan or Tony Storm. This is her goated era.
Yeah, Tony Khan, Tony Storm. I'll take them both. You know what I'm saying?
Tony Stark,
Tony Schiavone. But
was it Captain America in 3?
Ugh. Last week we left off drafting rosters for what we call the Lethal Lottery Tournament. And what that is we have a men's and a women's roster drafted for both AEW and WWE. And we are creating randomized teams consisting of one AEW talent and one WWE talent. And then those teams will compete in brackets to determine the very best. And when we get our very best, we are going to make a storyline just for you. So it's going to take place over the course of a few weeks. So this week particularly will be the men's tag team bracket. And Damone has a bracket full of surprises that we have not gotten to take a look at yet. So we have no clue what's coming with these teams. So
I'll share my screen.
Without any further ado, pull that shit up.
Come on. StreamYard. At any point you could be.
So don't do this to me now.
Damone's 97 years old.
Well, while he's doing that, boy, am I horny.
3-minute ad. Hey,
press the ad.
Yeah, I'm doing it right now.
Your body and the bodies you're loving deserve nothing but the best. Organic Lovin' is the only adult subscription box that includes eco-friendly body products, from body-safe adult toys to sex-positive books and erotic seminars. Organic Lovin's online store has everything you and your partner or partners could ever need to heat things up. And right now, your friends at T13 Media want to take 10% off of your next order. Just go to organiclovin.com and use promo code T1, T-H-R-E-E, like the sound the bed makes, when you check out. Organic Lovin'. Love organically, purely, deeply, boldly.
Hey, that 3-minute ad, the listeners are going to be mad about it, but that makes up for all the episodes we forgot to do it at all. So
True.
Organic Love, and we love you. Kenny, I loved your transition. You were just like, boy, am I horny. You used our raise energy transition, so now we have to actually be creative with that one.
I'll give it to, like, he's not on the show, but I think TK is the best when it comes to transitions. He's the transition goat. I'll give him his credit.
Yeah, I could see him selling me some shit.
His credit. He's ridiculous with it. I thought I was good. He's cold at it.
So first matchup is Nick Jackson and Cody Rhodes.
Oh wow!
Versus Josh Woods and AJ Styles.
Wait. Is Nick Jackson the one that did the super kick and that shit blew up in the face, or was that Matt?
That was Matt.
Okay.
Nick Jackson's the one whose hair is starting to go. He needs to get on that finasteride. Or else,
see, like
the bald young buck would look so weird. He can't embrace it. Like, he's got to hold on. Like, we don't have a room for a bald young buck. But
that would look so odd.
His genetics are fighting for their life right now. He's about to be like Cena and just ignore it. Just pray it goes
I
away.
hate Cena's bald spot.
Yeah. And he said to Austin Theory, I can get some topic. I was like, please do, motherfucker.
So you said Josh Woods and
AJ Styles versus Nick Jackson and Cody Rhodes.
I'm going to go Nick and Cody because
Yeah.
That's the
they got history.
Chemistry. Yeah, that's a story team. They could literally just call themselves the EVPs and run with a real background story. Like, that's something here. We're on to something.
Right. Sammy Guevara and Grayson Waller
Ooh,
Fire.
versus
Fire.
Kip Sabian and Gable
Oh,
Stevenson.
damn it. I was so excited for Kip Sabian, and then they ruined that. Hey, fuck you for putting him in here. Well, we all know
I'm
voting
Sammy
against.
Guevara.
Yeah.
Sammy Guevara and Grayson Waller is a fire tag team.
That is
I
a fire
love
tag
Kip Sabian,
team.
but I'm going Sammy Guevara as well.
The spot, I'm just imagining the spots they would do. That would be crazy.
They would do, and then Grayson Waller could carry the mic because I love Sammy, but his mic skills aren't the greatest. He's a mediocre promo, but Grayson Waller can carry the mic stuff, and Sammy can. Not that Grayson Waller.
No, I was like, you can't even say carry because they're both cold.
I was going to say carry.
But Sammy's better.
Sammy's better in ring, but as a tag team, they're going crazy.
I can't even say that because NXT, Grayson Waller goes nuts.
They both go crazy, but that team in ring
did get a lot better on the mic because that 4 Pillars feud, for as much shit as that feud got, it forced a lot of those guys to sink or swim. Anybody not named Jack Perry swam.
I was going to say everybody did good, but Jack Perry.
Which made me sad because like going into that, I thought Jack Perry had the most potential other than MJF. Because I'd seen him cook before, but then like Darby stepped up.
Darby went nuts.
Yeah, Darby's actually a good promo now. Hey, he kept it going. I was like, I can't believe I'm saying this, but Darby Allin's a good promo now. He's like, he went on Collision and like was hyping up the crowd and was being their like, go-to guy. I was like, fuck yeah. But on topic. Sammy Guevara, Grayson Waller's cold, and they both look like douchers too. So you know they're gonna come out and like
that's a douchebag team.
Obnoxious ass shirts with like
I imagine them as like high school bullies.
Like 3 fucking gold chains. Like
so we got the EVP versus the douchers coming up.
they are some douchebags. They're the type of guys who like try to hit on the same girl at the club. Just hope that one of them gets
I just imagine them in high school being like dickheads and like bullying everybody.
Yeah, for sure. They're like when they make unfunny jokes in class, but each other laugh, so they think it works.
Giggle. You see a random giggle on the back.
Yeah.
Next one, Danhausen versus Seth Rollins.
Ooh, that could be fun.
Versus Matt Jackson and Wesley. This one's tough.
That is a weird because I can see Seth Rollins leaning into it.
Yeah.
I can see him leaning into being the goofy guy with Danhausen. Yeah. But I gotta say, Matt Jackson and Wesley would be fired too, though.
The in-ring, one's an in-ring team, one's a character team. Because I get shit for saying this. I said it last week. Seth Rollins not in the ring anymore, but
I think he still is. I think he still is.
But the character work with this be really good because Seth has done crazy gimmicks before. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he'll do wild, weird shit all the time.
He'll lean into it with Danhausen. The outfits will be fun. They'll have a good time together.
Do you think Danhausen will change his outfit up?
Oh yeah, like I feel like he'd do like a dumb fashion show with the Seth Rollins.
Yeah, you would do like dumb stuff with Seth. I think.
Yeah,
like I could imagine him like wearing like that blue like lace thing that Seth wore to like WrestleMania.
Yeah,
while wearing the face paint.
Yeah.
Still.
Oh, he's got the face paint on at all times.
Yeah, at all times, of course. But like I could see him doing that.
Yeah, that'd be a fun team. But Matt Jackson and Wesley is fire in the ring. But I'm gonna go Danhausen Seth for the storylines.
I'm doing that as well because I'm thinking more character work. I feel like it'd be more fun.
Yeah, they would get more over in the bracket too with the crowd.
Yeah, but there's a lot of shenanigans going on with them.
I'll give Matt Jackson and Wesley a sympathy vote. I don't think they should get swept.
That's fair.
But yeah, I think in ring, like in ring they're the better team. But I do agree, character wise, Danhausen and Seth goes nuts, literally nuts.
Yeah, that's a Lakers Nugget sweep. That's a close sweep. That's a competitive sweep.
Jake Hager.
Jake Hager and Finn Balor.
Disgusting.
Versus Keith Lee and Mansoor.
These teams are nasty.
This is nasty. But hear me out. If it's Mansoor, like the fashionable one, Imagine him trying to do makeovers on Keith Lee, and that's the gimmick. Like, he's like, ew, Keith Lee, your beard is gray. You dress like a dork. You're out of shape. And he's trying to, like, fix his aesthetic. That could work.
I can see that. Like, he dyes his hair blonde one week.
Yeah. He puts, like, extensions in Keith Lee's hair. He, like,
so you're saying, like, Keith Lee just kind of takes, he just goes out there with the stuff. Like, he doesn't even argue with it.
Yeah. And, like, they do, like, you know that thing that gives people fake abs where it's, like the shape of abs, like the imprints. Like, he puts that on Keith Lee to cover up it being fat.
He draws on abs.
Yeah, he does the Sami Zayn shave the chest and the stomach hair abs.
Yeah, I can see like at first Keith Lee like hating it and like I don't want to do any of this. And as the weeks go on, he starts to like lean into it and like starts to go with it.
And I feel like it should get crazy. Like as the weeks go on, it should get crazier. Like it should
crazier and crazier.
Flamboyant. And he just like I said, he's leaning into it. He's just kind of like, well, I guess it is what it is.
Counterpoint to the other side, though. Jake Hager's only gimmick since like the Real Americans I've seen get over ever is him wearing a purple bucket hat and saying, "I like this hat." He can literally, the segment to start this team is Finn Balor walks up with the Judgment Day and they're all purple outfits and they say, "We like that hat."
Yeah, that pretty much is it. Nice hat, kid.
Yeah. Well, they say the exact words, "We like this hat."
And he joins the Judgment Day.
Yeah, so there's some chemistry to be had. That's all you can get out of Jake Hager, but
this is these teams are nasty. I'm gonna go Keith Lee. I'm gonna go Keith Lee and Mansoor.
I'm going with a makeover team too, especially going against Danhausen and Seth. That would be like a good matchup for the bracket. That would get over.
Okay.
Where are you going with, Kenny?
I'll give Jake Hager and whatever Finn Balor the sympathy vote, just because I don't care either way. Both teams are nasty.
We made them work to the best of our fucking ability.
We did. So Orange Cassidy and Logan Paul
fire
versus Swerve and The Miz.
I can see Swerve and The Miz would be dicks on the market. It would be ridiculous.
That's tough. There's history on both sides of this too, because Swerve has feuded with Orange Cassidy and The Miz has feuded with Logan Paul. So there's actually some bad blood in this. Yeah. And then The Miz is going to talk his shit on Orange Cassidy.
And the Orange Cassidy and Logan Paul going crazy in the ring.
Yeah.
And then you got to think The Miz's reaction when Orange Cassidy hits him with the leg shit, like the little kicks.
Yeah, because the yes kicks, like him doing I can see The Miz like doing the yes kicks, but doing them super slow too, just to be a dick.
Yeah.
And he'll probably come out as Orange Cassidy too, knowing him.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Oh man, I kind of mess with this feud for real. I'm going towards, as much as I like Orange Cassidy and Logan Paul in ring, I would say Swerve and Miz would be better, especially because we don't really have any heels.
Yeah.
Here yet. I feel like they would be good for the heels.
I'm gonna say the same thing. I feel like Swerve needs to actually win shit. So does The Miz. But and I also think them getting their wins back on Orange Cassidy and Logan Paul is a nice story. And I don't think Orange Cassidy and Logan Paul in character have great chemistry at all.
No, they're
they don't get along at all.
No, I feel like they're forced to be a team, and then like something happens and they turn on each other. Bro, Logan Paul turns. Yeah,
Logan Paul turns on Orange Cassidy or some shit.
Right. So I'm gonna give OC and Logan Paul a sympathy vote, but I like both of these teams.
That's gonna be a fun feud. We've had a lot of good feuds. I wish we could book all these. Just fantasy book the whole tournament.
Ricky Starks and Roman Reigns versus Juice Robinson and Mustafa Ali.
Ooh, that's a sleeper banger. I mean, Mustafa Ali's a sleeper banger in a nutshell, but like him and Rock Hard, that gets me rock hard.
Rock Hard Ali.
Ooh, this is good.
I'm going Starks and Roman. I just feel
I
like
gotta go Starks and Roman. Like
Yeah.
the charisma that oozes
the,
from
super,
those
the
two.
super
I don't think
stardom is
their
going to be it's
chemistry
going
is
to be
going
too
to be
much for
there,
them.
though. I'll
They're
make
both-
the argument before we settle. I don't think Starks and Roman have any chemistry together. Like, not even
we
like
don't
in the
know.
ring, but I feel like their characters wouldn't get along. Well, I
yeah,
feel like
but heels
Rob-
tend to get along with other heels.
if you're doing the delusional Ali, that with Rock Hard would get along really well because they're both batshit insane.
I think Starks and Roman Reigns, they're super stardom would be too much for that. And I think like a double spear from them would be crazy.
That's true. I think that Robinson and Ali, I'm gonna give them the pity vote. I think they would be like a nice feud for the bigger stars to beat, just because they would give some like unhinged segments and entertain us.
Yeah.
Shoot, Roman can spear and point at people, and then he'll spear somebody. Like it could be a whole thing.
Yeah, Ricky Stark's spear is nice. I don't know who it was saying it was bad. Was it Travis?
Oh, it might have been.
Because I think his shit is nice.
I don't remember. I still think I said in the chat, and I'll say it again on here. I think Braun Breaker has the best spear out, and yeah,
I'm going Bobby Lashley right now. He did a front flip with that shit.
Yeah, his is clean. I'm about to say his is clean for sure. But I got Braun Breaker's like it hurt every time, and it's like and it's quick, and he does a little snap. It's just cold every
He
time.
get arrested yet?
They're hunting for him out there.
Damn it.
Christian Cage and Ricochet versus Paul White and Karrion Kross.
These are both bad teams because, like, you have like White Meat Babyface Ricochet, evil Christian Cage.
I feel like
you have Big Show and Karrion Kross. It's so gross.
I feel like for this, Christian Cage has to be a good guy,
which is less than favorable.
I mean, but that's still a good Christian Cage. It's not like it's a bad Christian Cage.
He's
Right.
still. I think I'm gonna go.
It's
Cage
still
and
better
Ricochet
than-
to win as a work rate team kind of deal.
Yeah, it's still Christian Cage is still even babyface Christian, even Christian. Take away Christian Cage, it's still better than Paul White or Karrion Kross.
Yeah, I'm going with that because just even though hate to lose like fatherless behavior Christian Cage, like him and Ricochet as a work rate team is still nice.
Right.
Oh no!
Paul White,
I see the next team.
MJF and Quincy Elliott versus Luther and Kevin Owens.
Okay, those are both hilarious fucking teams because
You said Luther and Kevin Owens?
yeah, that Luther's like the big fat guy from Chaos Project who shoots
Okay.
like a girl.
Okay, I don't remember
So
that
there's
was.
MJF and 3 fats. I was like, he's about to be going in on their weight. This is about to like me in the chat with Travis and Joe.
I forgot about that. It really is just MJF like in shape, and everyone else in this match
is nasty looking.
real 5
When
Live.
Kevin Owens is the second best looking person in the match. That is an ugly ass match.
I'm going MJF and Quincy. I feel like that would be fun for some reason, especially
It
because
would be hilarious.
Quincy is going to be twerking and throwing ass and all that shit, and MJF's going to be looking at him like, what the hell?
And then I imagine at some point MJF twerks too.
Yeah,
I was going to say he probably do it too.
And Luther's kind of a jobber. He's funny. I feel like Kevin Owens is gonna get frustrated at Luther, beat the shit out of him if it's like NXT. Like he's just gonna beat his ass. But also MJF on the mic is like, if you don't support Quincy Elliott, you're homophobic.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Those are nasty ass teams.
Buddy Matthews and Dragunov
Ooh, that's
versus
a ring
Takashita and Ludwig Kaiser.
Those teams in ring, fuck.
Yeah.
That match is going to be like, that might be a match of the bracket contender.
That's a sleeper match.
Yeah. I'm
going Dragunov.
Yeah, Matthews Dragunov.
Yeah, I am too. Even though I really do like Ludwig Kaiser, and I know he gets overshadowed because of Gunther.
Yeah.
But he's a huge part of Gunther's presentation. Like he's just he looks so arrogant and like a dickhead. And he's great in ring and really good on the mic.
Kaiser's going to hype up Takeshita, right? Do the
Right.
thing he does for Gunther, and then Takeshita is like a mega heel in AEW right now. He comes out in that trench coat. Everybody just fucking boos him to like, it's not silence. It's like brown noise kind of music. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, just like dark noise. It's barely audible. And everybody's fucking boos him. Like, I don't know if y'all have heard like the Don Callis Takeshita theme song, but it's literally like stuff you play to like help someone fall asleep. It's literally like brown noise, just deep notes that are barely audible. It's weird, but it works because you hear it and you're like, oh fuck, not Don Callis. And the crowd's like, boo! Like they hate that shit. It works. Check out that, and I think it's one of the AEW's best theme songs by nature of not being a theme song.
Yeah, because AEW does. I will say they struggle with theme songs that aren't licensed songs.
Yeah, they hit gold sometimes, like Ricky Starks. But
MJ, the fact that they're world champions, MJF's is literally like I can go online right now and get it for free.
Yeah.
Wild.
Well, I like that part, and then it's the like I don't like that. Like that intro part with like the little like like they should make that no longer. Like that goes hard as fuck.
But it's just wild that like they just like got it like free.
Yeah, the royalty-free music for your world champion is nuts. But Takeshita's and Don Callis's is fucking neat.
We can put that as the background for this episode. It won't get copyright.
Yeah.
Right. Peter Avalon and Sami Zayn
Fire
versus
El
Hijo del Vikingo and Dirty Dom.
Hey.
All right. I want to make an argument for this because I know everybody's going to go Dom just because they love him. I like Dom too. But if y'all have not seen Peter Avalon shit, he's very funny. He's like kind of like almost like a parody of like a Rick Rude type kind of character. And that with like heel comedy Sami Zayn, the chemistry would be so much better than Vikingo and Dom. Vikingo and Dom would not get along. I feel like Dom would turn on him or something.
But I can see Dom making Vikingo do all the in-ring work and then stealing the pin every time.
I could see him say, like, you remind me of my bum-ass dad. Like, I don't like luchadors. But the Peter Avalon, Sami Zayn dynamic is worth exploring. That's all I'm going to say.
Which one are you voting for?
I'm voting for it. I'm trying to convince y'all to vote for it. Because I know that y'all have not seen Peter Avalon, probably.
No, I've seen him, but
I'm
still going Dirty Dom with El Hijo.
Yeah, El Hijo is crazy.
I think you're missing out on a good heel team here. Because
Dirty Dom made it 3 times in a week.
Peter Avalon would be fire.
He ain't main event 3 times in a week though, like Dirty Dom did.
And Vikingo goes crazy in the ring. So
yeah, but it's like I just don't think they commit to each other's bit the way Peter and Sami do. But I can
see that.
But I'm just gonna make that argument because I think it's a solid one.
Brody King and LA Knight versus Tony Khan and Omos.
Tony Khan Omos all the way, baby.
Yeah, give it to Tony Khan and Omos. We're gonna do that.
Really voting Tony Khan
and Omos
over Brody King and LA Knight?
Because like I don't know. Brody King and LA Knight makes no fucking sense. Something goes wrong there.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
I just don't even wrestle. He's just in the crowd going, "Yeah."
I can see them slip it up, and then somehow like Omos is like doing his thing, and then Tony Khan slips the pin to win it, and he's like in shock, and Omos looks over his shoulders, and he's just kind of like, "Yeah," like I can see that whole thing going on.
Tony Khan accidentally wins the match.
Yeah, I can see him
go away.
I can see him getting the pin and Omos carrying him on his shoulders.
Yeah. Like an evil, like do-rag Tony Khan era.
Yuck. We had Cowboy Tony Khan.
Hey, I can't wait till on-screen Tony Khan happens.
Tony Nese and Sheamus versus Eddie Kingston and Chad Gable.
Eddie Kingston and Chad Gable.
Eddie Kingston and Chad Gable's better for the characters, but Tony Nese and Sheamus is a low-key in-ring combination that we're not going to give the respect they deserve.
Yeah, but I do agree. I'm going Eddie Kingston. And which one are you voting for?
I'm going to vote for it too, but I want it to be heard that Tony Nese and Sheamus is actually going to fucking ring.
Yeah, there's going to be a good in-ring team, but Eddie Kingston and Chad Gable as a tag team, they don't talk they shit, especially Eddie Kingston.
Yeah, they're nothing alike, but I feel like they'll get along. I see Austin Theory and Brock Lesnar are not their party partners, and I fucking hate the next matchup already.
So it's Adam Cole and Austin
God damn
Theory
it.
versus the Butcher and Brock Lesnar.
Cole in Theory, no question.
A-Town down, baby.
Wait,
Yeah,
actually, I fucking hate Brock Lesnar, but there's a gimmick to be had here but it has to be a comedy gimmick. Brock Lesnar only cares about his steak, and the Butcher provides the steak.
That's wild. But I think he's going like this. He's doing this. That's gonna be lit.
I'm A-Town down, baby. I kind of fuck with A-Town down, baby.
I can't believe I almost voted for Brock on something just because the Butcher and Brock could be a funny enough thing.
That wouldn't happen though.
No, because Brock refuses to be funny or likable in any way.
If Brock would like lean into it and like he could turn on the Butcher when he finds out he's not a real butcher. Like, how
what
dare
do you mean
besmirch?
You ain't got a filet mignon in here?
How dare you besmirch the name of the butcher?
You mean this ain't grass fed? Fucking 6 German suplexes.
Jack Perry and Trick Williams versus Malachi Black and Gunther.
These both fuck for different reasons. We all know who's gonna win. But I'm just gonna give a final piece. Trick Williams would be an amazing heater for Jack Perry. Because Jack Perry could just be a pussy and hide behind Trick Williams. And then like just say edgy shit and Trick Williams would back him up. But Malachi Black and Gunther is so imposing.
They fucking people up in the ring.
Who is beating that?
That's straight striking right there. That's just
yeah, they're like Trick Williams is going to run away while those two just beat the fuck out of Jack Perry for like 10 minutes.
They come out and be like, Jack that Trick.
Jack that. No, Trick is hyping up the crowd, whoop that Trick. While Malachi Black and Gunther just beat the fuck out of Jack Perry.
Jack Perry gets smacked into
that would be crazy.
A black mass.
Oh, he get back chopped. Obviously, turn around and get hit with a black mass.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they killed him.
Jack Perry and Trick would be funny though. If Jack Perry makes a Fed run, I see something there.
Arn Anderson, he's old.
Yeah, Arn Anderson and Carmelo Hayes.
That's nasty.
Versus Brian Danielson and Dragon Lee.
I don't like either of these teams because I'm not in a Dragon Lee like that. But
Dragon Lee's fire.
I know which one's better, and that's Danielson and Dragon Lee.
Yeah.
They could be the Dragons. Shit.
Yeah, the Dragons. And in ring, like that would be a fire combination.
Not Arn Anderson. Mello Hayes is carrying.
It's Glock Anderson, so he just points the gun at ringside.
When it's time for Carmelo to hit his finisher, he just doesn't point the gun.
And he hits a springboard DDT on him. That's wild.
Ugh.
Kenny Omega and Carl Anderson.
Bullet Club
versus Big Bill and Joe Gacy.
I hate Carl Anderson, but I'm actually gonna say Omega and
Carl Anderson.
Yeah, because just on the off chance that it somehow beats anything, it won't. But
it's Bullet Club.
If they made a run with like the I guess like the EVPs in a match. I wish they were facing them because that could tell a story, But they're not going to interact because they're on opposite ends of the bracket and they're not beating the Dragons. But in theory, you could tease the potential for that story.
Yeah.
Listen, Big Bill and Joe Gacy sound like they should be the serial killers. That's what they. That sounds like some serial killer ass name.
Well, Joe Gacy built like the other spelling of serial killer.
I like Joe Gacy.
I do too, but he looked like Travis.
True. Nick Jackson and Cody versus Sammy Guevara and Grayson Waller.
This is fire.
Because the match is amazing. The EVPs have more story to tell, but I like the douchers more.
I forgot they're the douchers. The douchers versus the EVP.
I can see that Grayson Waller and Sammy Guevara, like even if it's just for like one match, like a get up, doing like a Night at the Roxbury get up where they do like the fucking velvet suits and do the fucking what is love? Like,
Yeah, they're just obnoxious.
yeah.
I agree. I'm gonna go with that. I can see them, and I also see them cheating to win.
Yeah, and I also see some chemistry issues because Cody loves his meta shit,
Yeah.
and he's gonna play up issues with the Young Bucks is why he left in a fucking match storyline because it's Cody and he does that. Like, so I think some meta shit will cause the douchers to beat them.
Where you going with, Kenny?
I'll go the douches as well.
Ooh, this one's fun. This is a gimmick
Danhausen,
match.
Danhausen and Seth Rollins versus Keith Lee and Mansois.
The outfits will be so fun for this match because Keith Lee's gonna get like dressed up like fucking Queer Eye for this match, and then Danhausen's gonna be putting some crazy ass shit. Yeah, this is gonna be an all gimmick match. Crowd's gonna be live.
Yeah, Seth and I was gonna say Keith Lee is gonna have to carry in ring.
No, Danhausen can. All these guys can wrestle though. Like, man,
yeah, true.
Wrestle. Danhausen can. He just doesn't because of his gimmick.
I'm going. Seth Rollins and Danhausen.
I am too.
Okay. I'll give a sympathy vote to Queer Eye for the fat guy.
Yeah, that would be a fun fucking match though.
Swerve and The Miz versus Ricky Starks and Roman Reigns.
This is some heel shit. This is just a quadfecta of evil.
All just douchebags.
Yeah, just fucked up human beings.
I'm going Swerve and The Miz.
I can see Roman in this is I feel like we're Roman and
Ricky Starks
start having issues like Roman accidentally spears Ricky Starks or vice versa.
Yeah. And I feel like The Miz really gets to pop off this promo because he gets to talk about how he's jealous of the tribal chief and all the glory he's gotten and just fucking lay into him. As The Miz does best. Miz is best when he's angry, and this is going to be prime Miz.
Christian Cage and Ricochet versus MJF and Quincy Elliott.
This is two nasty ass teams.
Well, I'm torn because MJF and Quincy Elliott's more entertaining, and we have more possibilities in the future. But for the Swerve and Miz matchup, I think the white meat babyface work rate team makes sense. If we're booking like a good tournament.
I was going to say MJF and Quincy Elliott should lose right here anyway because it's just nasty.
Yeah, if this is like heel MJF, he just gets tired of Quincy Elliott's shit.
Yeah, and just he like leaves him. I can see him just leaving.
He's like, I don't want to work for this rinky dink indie. He goes up and says NXT is an indie. But yeah,
you can barely get on that indie show.
That makes sense.
Buddy Matthews and Dragunov versus a heel Vikingo and Dirty Dom.
So Buddy Matthews is with who again?
And Dragunov.
This is an in-ring slapper.
Oh shit!
Dom is not doing any wrestling in this.
Dom and Buddy.
Oh fuck yeah!
Especially
against Rhea Ripley.
Make a choice.
Yeah, Buddy Matthews is beating the fuck out of him. Like he's gonna get taken out, and it's gonna be a 2-on-1. I'm gonna say Buddy wins because it's a 2v1 on tiny ass Vikingo after Buddy just puts Dom to the meat grinder. Like Dom tries to run away, and like Buddy grabs him by the tights and pulls him back in.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Buddy and Dragunov. Like
I feel like they tease that hot tag too. Like Dom's in and Buddy's in, and then Dom immediately tags out to Vikingo.
I'll give Dirty Dom the sympathy vote.
Yeah, he getting his ass whooped that match.
Yeah, Buddy's taking out all the frustrations. Oh, remember that time Rhea held you down?
Remember when Max Caster made fun of me every week for months on end?
I forgot Tony Khan and Omos were a team on here.
Them hits don't hit. Tony Khan and Omos versus Eddie Kingston
Chad Gable.
and Chad Gable.
Okay. I want to meme Tony Khan and Omos through, but like
They're getting their ass whooped. This one.
Yeah.
They got their dub. They shouldn't have got their Rudy win.
Yeah.
But yeah, they
Yeah.
Chad hits like a German suplex on Omos, and then Eddie Kingston just beats the fuck out of Tony Khan outside the ring the whole night.
Yeah.
It's like when Stone Cold's beating up Vince in the hospital. That's what Tony Khan's getting from Eddie Kingston.
I feel like Tony Khan like gets in the ring and like starts trying to like hit Eddie Kingston like in the stomach as Eddie Kingston just stands there like taking it and then just spinning back fist.
Yeah. Just fucking lays him out.
It lays him out. Next one's Adam Cole and Austin Theory versus Malachi Black and Gunther. This
Gotta
match
go
fucks
Black.
in ring.
It does, but I'm going Black and Gunther just because, like, it's kind of like the Dom match where and the Jack Perry match. They're just beating their asses. Like,
You know what? I'll say this: Malachi Black and Gunther, because they're like the strikers, and they go up against the Dragons next, will be fire.
yeah. And it gives some heel power to the bracket too.
Yeah, I'll give A-Town Down Baby a sympathy vote.
They could have been like the douchers if the douchers didn't already exist. But we got two bigger douchers up in the bracket.
Austin Theory and Adam Cole is like great value MJF and Adam Cole.
Yeah. Because Austin Theory he ain't even great value. He's equate fucking. Like,
Hey, we're not gonna do that.
I like Austin Theory.
Brian Danielson and Dragon Lee versus Omega and Carl Anderson.
I think the meta shit beats the Elite again, and I'm going the Dragons.
Yeah, it's the Dragons.
Yeah, it's the Dragons.
Dragons should go far in this because they should go crazy.
I think they hit a roadblock next one, but we'll see.
Sammy Guevara and Grayson Waller versus Danhausen and Seth Rollins.
Okay, I gotta think about how I want to book this too, because like we're about to have our heels are really getting over here.
I got Danhausen and Rollins should lose here, in my opinion.
I'm just trying to determine if we need a baby face or not, because I know that I'm thinking too much like a booker and not just picking the best option, which is the point. But like, we know that I'm guessing Swerve and The Miz go on in the next matchup. And I feel like, you know what? Either way, it's going to be fun. I'm going douchers. Fuck it.
You're going douchers?
Yeah. I was trying to make a case for Danhausen and Seth. I couldn't go.
I'll give them a sympathy.
I feel like the Dragons could be the face for real. They can be baby face for real.
Yeah. And the douchers can be baby faces in a way, too. That they can get over, like kind of like Daniel Garcia type way.
Yeah. Swerve and The Miz versus Christian Cage and Ricochet.
Need I say it?
Swerve and The Miz, move on.
Yeah.
Christian Cage and Ricochet are such a random tag team.
The ring work would be good, but like as a white meat baby faces, they have a ceiling for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I can see Ricochet doing like a springboard double moonsault to the outside, and Christian Cage like shrug his shoulders and crossbody.
Buddy Matthews and who's he with? Dragunov versus Eddie Kingston and Chad Gable.
This is gonna be a banger.
Yeah, this match fucks. I don't even. I'm gonna go with Eddie Kingston and Chad Gable here.
I am too, because they're probably my favorite baby faces right now. I like them more than the Dragons.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with
sympathy or you?
No, I'll get the three.
Okay.
And Buddy's probably tired from how much he was whooping Dom's ass.
I can also see Dom. This is where Dom comes back and like
Dom gets his get back.
Yeah, cost them the match. Like he comes out with Rhea.
God.
I also imagine when they have their match that Dom comes out wearing a like Rhea Ripley shirt.
Yeah.
He's got a mommy t-shirt on.
Like, and the first thing he does is like Buddy rips it off and chops him.
He does the stomp like she does just to piss him off.
Oh fuck.
Malachi Black and Gunther versus the Dragons.
I'm going Black and Gunther. One, because I want to see that matchup for Eddie Kingston and Chad Gable for the story, and two, I think the overall talent's a little better. I think the chemistry is a little better too.
Yeah, I feel like Dragon Lee and Bryan Danielson hang on for a while, and it's a really good match. But I think eventually Malachi and Gunther overwhelm them.
And
you know what I just thought
who
of?
put in more work in the last round, because Black and Gunther probably decimate Cole in theory,
Right.
while Dragon Lee and Danielson probably have to put in a lot of work to put Kenny Omega away.
Also, I just thought of a fire. Like, imagine the power bomb into the Black Mass. Like, as you're coming down, you get Black Masked.
Ugh. you getting fucking CTE.
Or he just lifts him and then he does the Black Mass and
Yeah.
then
he power bombs him.
But yeah, I got the vote for the Dragons though.
Oh,
you're voting for the Dragons?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm voting for Black and Gunther.
We got a lit Final Four.
So the Final Four is Sammy Guevara and Grayson Waller versus Swerve and The Miz.
This is tough.
So the douchers versus the assholes.
Yeah, we did name it we named it like two teams, like the EVPs and the douchers, and then nothing else.
We named a couple others.
We named a couple others.
We just didn't make it.
This is tough. Because basically we have a great heel team and a great babyface team, because I'm assuming the douchers have won the crowd by this point.
Yeah. I'm going to go Sammy and Grayson Waller.
I'm torn on this one.
It's close, though. I think this is a banger of a match, too. And I think it's close. And I think Swerve and The Miz try and cheat, but they get caught. And Sammy and Waller manage to manage to barely win.
I'm not going to vote for it yet because I'm still deciding, but I think Sammy and Grayson do have the most long-term potential of any of these teams.
As a team, yeah.
Yeah, I think they will stay a tag team after this bracket more than anybody else.
Maybe I can see the Dragons staying together, but yeah, I think these two as a team would be a team long-term.
Yeah, and their segments would be really good.
But I feel like Swerve and The Miz eventually, this is like where their egos get in the way.
Yeah.
And they probably get into it with each other.
Yeah.
And Swerve hits The Miz or vice versa.
Yeah. And age plays a role too, because Miz is kind of old. And not to mention, there's nothing both of their bookers love more than Miz and Swerve losing big matches.
They get to the end and then lose.
That's the most Swerve booking ever.
I was going to go with Swerve and Miz, honestly.
I'm going to let you go with that vote because I'll be the tiebreaker because I'm torn. Because it's just a matter of, we have a great babyface and a great heel on both sides. It's a matter of, who we want to do what, kind of deal. You know what? I'm going to go with the douchers because I think I have a story kind of in my head going, and I think them going serves it better. And like I said, for the long-term potential, I think they're a better team.
So Eddie Kingston and
Chad Gable
versus Malachi Black and Gunther.
Eddie Kingston versus Gunther would be crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's chopping that chest into oblivion.
He's chopping, he's punching, they're just going back and forth.
This match is punching. And then Chad Gable just throwing motherfuckers.
I'm going to say that I think the story of this match is that Gable and Kingston fight with all of their fucking heart, but it's not enough to take down one of the most imposing teams in history.
Yeah, I agree.
Too much for them.
I think they get they've gotten this far, they're exhausted, they give it all they got, but they just can't win the big one.
They're like the team that's crying and the crowd cheers them after they lose kind of team.
Yeah, thank you, the thank you, Like, yeah, like they
And-
still.
Just like the Swerve and Miz, they're the face counterparts of that. There's nothing their bookers love more than for them to lose big matches. Like, and like, there's nothing that WWE loves more than making Chad Gable lose a big match, especially to Gunther. And there's nothing
Right.
more that AEW loves than making Eddie Kingston lose a big match.
He better not lose to Claudio. I'm gonna be
Oh,
so
you
mad.
know that he's gonna lose to Claudio like 7 more times before he finally beats him. Like,
Well, it's for it's title versus title too. And to be honest, Claudio ain't doing shit with the Ring of Honor
Claudio
title.
folded him with a European uppercut.
But Claudio ain't doing
This
shit.
man had more adversity than he ever should have had.
Claudio ain't doing shit with the Ring of Honor title. He's just holding it hostage.
He's holding it just so Eddie Kingston doesn't have it.
Pretty
That's
much.
what he's doing with it.
Let Eddie Kingston finally win the big one, win that title. He can carry Ring of Honor.
Yeah. I do think he should, but it is like, I really think that in storyline, Claudio's only holding that so Eddie Kingston doesn't have it.
Because he sucks eggs.
Yeah, he fucking hates them. I love their beef because it's just like the storyline is just these motherfuckers hate each other.
And they've
on
hated each other
Instagram.
for like 15 years.
Yeah.
And it's for the pettiest reason, too.
I love that shit. It's Dinkelberg level. I'm voting Black and Gunther, but I love the story we have here.
I am
It's
too.
poetic.
I'm voting Black and Gunther.
I'm good. I was doing the other one, so y'all got it.
Okay, so the final, Sammy Guevara and Grayson Waller versus Malachi Black and Gunther. The Douchers versus... We didn't give Malachi Black and Gunther
It could be
name.
House of Smack.
They wouldn't do that, but I like it.
I like it, yes.
You know what?
Yeah,
Fuck
that
it.
would not be the name they would go with, but I like it.
The crowd's gonna chant it so much they're forced to.
Yeah.
Smack. Then looks around, just chest chop.
The Douchers versus House of Smack. I feel like if the Douchers win, they're gonna get the fuck beaten out of them for like 30 minutes before they do.
I mean, I feel like no matter what, they're gonna get the fuck beat out of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
win or lose, they're just getting the shit beat out of them.
And like the crowd's gonna enjoy it either way because like they like the Douchers, but it's also funny to see them get beat up.
Yeah. I'm torn on this one.
I am
Because like I
too.
do like Black and Gunther is a dominant team, and that's they just beating the brakes off everybody. But Sammy and Waller could be a very, very good babyface team.
Yeah,
or
their
a
team-
very, very good heel team.
They'll do both in their time
Right.
together because I think they spend a long time
Like the
together.
Motor City Machine Guns, they just keep switching back and forth.
Yeah.
And
And
I
I feel
their
like this-
chemistry works really well. Like they clicked instantaneously. We read them together on the bracket, and we saw what they would look like together. Like,
Right. And I feel like both of these teams, I feel like these teams would like feud for like the next 10 years.
yeah,
I'm torn.
I am too. We have like a really good heel.
I'm going
team.
Malachi Black and Gunther because I feel like Sammy and Grayson Waller can come back next year, and I can be the storyline, and they can go up against each other again. That can be like kind of a thing. Like, look, y'all beat us last year, but we coming back. Come back for the bad boys.
So you think run it back?
Yeah, like not for
Not
the championship again, but just like or
You
not
could
champ-
do it like the next pay-per-view. Like it could be like you could run it back to, and then you could be a trilogy, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. My only thing is that like I don't know how long Malachi Black and Gunther would stay together after this, especially given that Imperium and House of Black would probably like have conflict at some point.
House of Black and that's an evil ass team.
Yeah.
House of Black and
They would be like-
Imperium working together.
Have
That's
corporate
fucking-
ministry if
that's
corporate
the-
ministry was good.
That's the fucking Axis powers, literally. Like that's just evil.
That's actually kind of a fire scenario too. Ooh.
that's evil, like personified.
Yeah.
I kind of want to book that now.
That kind of shifts my vote a little bit because we'd have a whole story to book. You know what? I like Kenny's story where we have this axis of evil and these two fucking dorks like have to stop them. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Kenny's idea. I'm voting for Black and Gunther.
I'm gonna give Sammy and Grayson Waller a sympathy vote, but I think it's a classic match, back and forth. Waller, or it looks like Sammy and Waller are gonna win. Like Sammy hits his finger. What's it called? Not the TKO. The go to hell. He hits the go to hell.
Go to the hospital.
2, and then like Malachi manages to kick out.
Yeah.
And then Gunther like grabs him, hits the power bomb, hits another power bomb, and then they hit the finisher, the power bomb, Black Mass combo, and finally put them down.
Yeah.
And Grayson Waller like just barely misses it, breaking up the pin.
Yeah. And like we have it makes the booking part of this pretty easy when we book a storyline, because this writes itself. And even if the axis of evil breaks up eventually and the douchers stay together,
The axis of evil can feud with each other.
yeah, we have like
Smack.
we got a whole book it verse going with this tournament. Like we got stuff to work with, including MJF twerking his juicy ass with Quincy Elliott. But there we have it. The winners of the men's lethal lottery are Malachi Black and Gunther, and that Imperium House of Black collab is going to be dastardly.
House of Smack.
The House of Smack. And we're not referring to any illicit drug use.
Drug use too.
they hit the smack.
But yeah, that team is
throwing a lot of coke. It's going to smack everybody.
So next week we are going to do the women's lethal lottery tournament, and then we are going to start fantasy booking these feuds. I can't wait to see what women's combinations we got because this men's bracket was fire. But this is all we got for you this week. But before we go, we're going to tell you where you can find us on social media, starting with the bad guy.
You can catch me on all social medias at Bad Guy Spoken. You can catch the Bad Guy Spoken podcast on YouTube. And there is Unbiased, the football podcast. We are 2 episodes in now. By the time this comes out, episode 2 should be out. And the actual draft, where we draft our fantasy football teams, should be out as well. So, yeah, definitely go check those out. And Hoodman Review is back. We know we had a little we stopped for a little bit, but we're going to be coming right back. How High should be the next episode. So definitely check that out.
That's the first time he hasn't sung the song to promote it. All right, Damone, what you got for us?
Movie review.
I
be Twin and TikTok, and you can follow me on both at DumbMoney213. That's DAMONEYT13. You can also follow the T13 Media TikTok at T13 on TikTok. Yeah, and follow all the stuff we do at T13media.com. And buy some fucking merch.
Yes, please. And lastly, if you want to catch me talking my shit, you can go to twitter.com or x.com, but not xanythingelse.com, and search for
xvideos.com specifically.
Yeah, don't search me on xvideos. I ain't there. Well, I'm there, but in a different way. But you can go to @LilXFudge on Twitter. I be talking my shit. And that's all I got for you. And with that said, that's been an episode of Book It. See ya.
Bye.